state of that. Oh my gosh.
You would just hope that the people on board it, or the people who own the boat, were not on board.
I must have done a bad job. He's taken the tiller straight away.
Hi, we're Jackie and Michael, and we're exploring the rivers and canals of Britain on our 57-foot narrowboat Border Reiver. We'll show you what it's like to live day to day on a narrowboat, and we'll arrive in some beautiful places next to the water. We go and explore the areas we've moored at for the night, and we'll take you with us.
Morning. You know how I said last night, just as we were mooring, what a beautiful, quiet spot this was. How peaceful is that? Look, just us and the birds. Uh-oh, things can be deceptive. So we're in a flight path, there's a plane just gone over. There's a factory there that's been going since 6 o'clock this morning, and in front of us there's a train line, which is a goods trains line, and when trains come through, let's just say it keeps going for a number of minutes. They're very, very, very long trains. Yeah, anyway, so it was sort of peaceful. It's picturesque, but there are noisy things to come and bite you, definitely. Right, I'll just put these on charge.
Just doing the morning routine.
Laptop's on charge, your phone's on charge.
What else are we doing?
Just checking where we're going.
That's always a good idea, I think.
It's always a good idea. So I'm just looking. So we're going to go past where we went with Scott the other day.
Outside routine now. Wi-Fi aerial down. Yeah. That's an omnidirectional aerial, so it'll point forwards as well as backwards, go sideways as well.
The top of the boat is really hot.
Yeah, it's been in the sun, hasn't it? Yeah, good. We're warming up. TV aerial, I don't know why that went up actually, we never used it.
Ow!
Oh.
I dreamt wildly last night.
I
don't know why.
I'm not going to ask you what about, I don't want to know what your sordid dreams are.
We're off. All ready? There's cruising, Captain. I need to have a look and see where we might get to.
We'll just follow our noses. In my case, that could take a while. Just saying. Yeah. I don't know. Do what we normally do, about 4 or 5 hours a day.
About 4 hours, yeah.
So yeah, we're not. Some people cruise for. We've got some friends, and they set off at 7:30 in the morning. They cruise till 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Everybody's different, but I think that's the great thing about it, is that you can do lots of different. There's lots of different ways of doing. If you need a long day because you want to get somewhere, you can. If you see somewhere really pretty and you want to stop, you just stop.
There's always jobs to do as well. You know, we've got good. Fortunately, we've got a really good Wi-Fi. It's just like having a house with a Wi-Fi connection. And like, we didn't have a phone signal last night, but we had the Wi-Fi, so we can always get access. And we've got some things to do, as we all have. You know, there's all sorts of things that we need to do just to keep our life going, which needs Wi-Fi. But today's a cruising day, so, and a nice one for that. And again, if the weather's bad, sometimes you change your plans and stop, and then we'll get on with the jobs that we've got to do. But when the weather's like this in England, it's time to enjoy it. So yeah, perfect. And we need to take turns in walking today. We haven't walked for a bit, have we? So.
No, we haven't. No. Yeah, good idea. Okay, perfect.
Onwards.
Right to the lock.
Train driver gave us a hoot the other day, didn't he?
He did, yeah. And look,
a wave.
That's one of the goods trains that's come past us during the night. Look, it's a long one, isn't it?
Yeah, we often wave at the train drivers as they come past, and they give you a and a wave. So I didn't catch that when he was behind the trees until I waved at him. So
you know how to while away the hours, don't you? So if you can hear me above all the workmen going off, this is the nasty lock that we went through the other day with Scott and Claire, and there was a massive amount of water coming through, and the boat still kept getting pulled to the front of the lock, which is the same with the last one we did yesterday. So I'll get Michael to stay as far back in the lock as possible, and I'll open the paddles really, really slowly. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the front of the boat got a really good wash, so it's obviously a bit turbulent at the front of the lock. So I've got Michael right at the back of the lock there, so there's plenty of room. You can see between him and all that massive amount of water that's coming over. I'm now opening the paddles really slowly, just to keep it nice and safe. Might take a little bit longer than we'd normally expect to go up in a lock. Yeah, the boat just started to creep a little bit forwards there, and I'd only got one of the paddles up fully, so I've just taken it off slightly. So I've got the paddles up about the same distance each, and I'm just keeping an eye on the boat, as Michael is as well. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can see the amount of, look at the amount of turbulence from that side, from the ground paddles, that you can see all the water coming up from underneath. Okay, so what was that strange hand signal?
Yeah, I was just saying it was a bit turbulent. I did get a real pull to the front, but managed to just had to whack it into reverse and pull it back towards the aft lock gate. There's a really strong pull towards the front, but it's not as bad as last time, fortunately. But you're doing a good job.
Roger.
That's not allowed. I'm an ex-Royal Navy man, we don't use that word.
These were the guys that actually helped Claire with the close the lock gate when we were here last. Right, my turn to walk. Just a few bridges and then Michael will walk. Just going past the point of our lunch spot with Scott and Claire. Michael's feeling very sad now. Good memories, very good memories.
You're watching me steady, I know, wondering why I'm so hollow. You're showing me all of your best, while I'm giving you what I got left. I got concrete walls, got concrete walls. Hold me tight, don't let go, but I don't think I'm ready for love.
So it's lovely having family on board, well, friends and family, but you've got to be logistically quite strong, because particularly if they've not got a car, as they hadn't, they were coming in from a train station and we were taking them back to an airport, and also you want to make it a pleasant stay for people, so you want some locks for them to do, you know, a little bit of nice scenery to see. So there's always a few challenges to make certain that your guests have a really lovely experience. Long couple of days with journeys to and from train stations and airports and things, but well worth it. Fantastic. I'm waiting under the bridge for my taxi because it's that time of the day. It's coffee time. There's my taxi, right on cue.
Cheers, thanks to
yeah.
you who
Massive
have all gone to the Buy Me a Coffee link on our channel. It really helps to help support us, to keep us going, to help us with new camera equipment, and to help with all the logistics that we need.
And I think for me, it's just nice to know that everybody's thinking about us, and that really means a huge amount. And everybody's taking such enjoyment from watching us, watching our adventures, and watching the videos that we put out. So thank you. Just walking up to the lock. Michael's just brought the boat alongside. We didn't come onto the lock landing because it was so turbulent here, because they were emptying the lock, just hopefully to let another boat through, so hopefully we can go straight in. Yeah. So I've just got to the lock, and there's two lovely lock people here. Who are, your names are?
Right,
Mike
and Ivan.
Mike and Ivan there, and they're just going to take us through the lock, and they've just asked us to go onto the starboard side because one of the ground paddles isn't working on this lock. So you're going to go onto the starboard side of the lock, and you need to stay to the back of the lock because they've just cleaned the baffles on the gate and there'll be quite a bit of water coming in. I think he got that. Michael's going backwards. So Mike's just said that they're going to open the ground paddle on the port side. Oh, there's only one ground paddle working, and it's just going to push Michael over to the starboard side, the right hand side of the lock. Quite a bit of water coming in there. Stay back. Yeah, so you could see the massive amount of water that comes in when you've got the gate paddles open compared to the ground paddles. So we don't normally open the gate paddles until the water's come over the sill. But I think because there's only one ground paddle working, it's just taking forever for the water to come over the sill. It's good because they always will listen to the boater and make certain the boater's happy in the lock. They always check to make certain you're okay. What lovely lock keepers. They've both got their own boats, more of them in local marinas, and they just do this one day a week. Yeah, fantastic. Really a lovely thing to do, particularly on a nice sunny day like this. And they obviously know this lock really well and how it performs with the water, because he's just opened the starboard gate paddles and he said it's going to push you over to the other side, and it's done exactly that. So I've got back on board, and there's two boats waiting to come in the lock.
But we have to, it's a global thing,
happening. Just nearly grounded the boat, trying to let a boat with a towing a butty past. Two boats side by side on the canal, and obviously the starboard side, the right hand side of the canal is really, really shallow. Michael was on the phone and it was all going off. Yeah, it's just, gosh, thank you ever so much. It's really shallow on the left hand side as you go down there. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, just be careful, you could get grounded on the left, it's so shallow.
Yeah. Yeah, so really shallow. We've just given them some warning of it.
I was on the phone to my sister, and I could see the ground on the starboard side of the boat getting a little bit shallow, and I'm sort of pointing to Jack saying, you need to move to the centre. Well, a boat's come in, so she couldn't, so she got pushed and we got grounded. But fortunately, we managed to keep the screw off, or the back of the boat off the grounding bit. It was only the bow that got grounded, and you can then.
I did all right, didn't I?
You did. Yeah. But I could see it coming, and you were on the port side of the boat. I could see how shallow it was at the start, but I was on the phone, so I was trying to say to you, move over. Anyway, it's all good now. No worries.
Yeah, it was just a section like this where obviously you've just got the field coming down into the canal, and obviously it's really, really shallow here, and I'd just gone a little bit too close to it, but I had no option because of course that boat was coming past with a butty on. Yeah, so the butty that it was towing, so basically it's a narrowboat that's towing another little boat, and this was a really cute little butty.
And a little butty doesn't have an engine usually.
No, so it's yeah.
Just a storage boat that they tow behind it.
And the butty it was towing was called the jam butty because they sold jams and marmalades and stuff. So I was trying to avoid that.
We would have grabbed some jam or bought some jam, but we were grounded. they were using barge poles to push off because they were grounded. I thought the last thing I want to do is kind of a jar of damson, please. Might not have gone down too well.
They might have done a flat white as well. I might have been able to get a flat white.
It's called a jam butty, not a jam and coffee butty. Jam and coffee butty.
Anyway, it was all going, and Michael was trying to have a conversation with his sister, like he said, so I didn't want to disturb him.
You see, I said that life goes on narrowboats. And I let Jack loose on the tiller and we're grounded because of jam butty boats. What next? Jam butty mines?
Oh, is that something to do with the Diddy Men?
It was.
And Ken Dodd?
Yeah, that's where they worked, in the jam butty mines.
Oh, yeah. For those of you who don't know, Google it. See Ken Dodd and his Diddy Men and the jam butty mines.
Ken Dodd was a famous
comedian. A Liverpudlian.
In the 60s and 70s, probably.
Yeah.
He was a Liverpudlian.
My dad absolutely loved Ken Dodd.
And he had a load of Diddy Men with him, little men, and they worked in a jam butty mine, and they lived in Notty Ash, which is actually a place in Liverpool.
It is,
but
yeah.
It was all a bit of an act, but yeah, it was quite funny. Was Ken Dodd?
Can I just say, for those of you who have just come into this cold, we haven't got to start raving mad.
I seem to remember Ken Dodd got done for tax fiddling.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And
he did, yeah.
I might be wrong. Don't quote me.
No, he did. I think.
And somebody said he came with two of his defence witnesses to court, and they were, did he pay? No, he didn't, because they were called Diddy Men.
Oh, were they?
Did he
well,
pay?
Actually, and Ken Dodd went to live in the Isle of Man.
That's where you're from.
Which is where I grew up, yeah. So it's, you see, everything goes round in circles.
Do you know Ken Dodd?
Don't know. I did go to see him once on stage in the Isle of Man.
Did you?
I did, yeah. It was hilarious. He did about 2 hours extra. Never laughed as much in my whole life. And for a 13-year-old probably to engage with something like that, it's probably quite unusual, really. It was just so funny. Anyway.
Ken Dodd. Rest in peace.
So that all started from a conversation about jam butties.
Lunchtime.
It's a bit of so like a poke bowl. Poke bowl full of salads and things, and yeah, hummus and couscous and a bit of leftovers, and and then some brie. Enjoy.
It was good, thank you.
So we've just got to the next lock at Stenson, which is a really deep lock. It's 12'4" deep. You can see the amount of water coming out. I just need to pay attention to the boat. I'll be back in a minute. Fortunately, I've got us tied up really well, but even so, we're just going backwards and forwards a little bit. There's a massive amount of water coming out through the lock. Massive. Don't want the front of the boat to go. Whoa. Okay, I'm just now pulling the front of the boat back in, even though we're tied really firmly. My grief, that is so strong. The force of that water coming out is absolutely incredible. I'm just saying we're tied really tight, but you feel the boat moving away from the side. Yeah, 12'4" is the drop or the rise, because we're going up in the lock now. It's good job I've just had my lunch. Yeah, so we're just there at Stenson Lock, and apparently that is the last of the double width locks now. We'll go into a section on the Trent and Mersey that is a single width, so i.e. one boat at a time. So we're going to head towards Willington, I think. You still feel the boat moving, can't you? Even though all the water's nearly come out of the lock. We're going in there. Didn't make a very good job of that at all. That's really tricky. I've got a sneaky feeling the captain's going to give me some instruction, because I didn't do very well with that lock at all. Not at all. Got into it fine, but then I couldn't get the boat over to one side, and because it's so deep, 12 foot, somebody asked for my rope. And then he tried to give me it back and it didn't work. Anyway, let's see what the captain says. I must have done a bad job. He's taken the tiller straight away.
We can debrief that one in a second.
Oh, a full debrief, nonetheless. Safely out of the lock. This is a busy little marina at Stenson. And there's a cafe there that sell ice creams. I've missed my first Magnum of the year, I think. Not good. There's an owl in there. Look. There's an owl. It's woo. Let's stay at that. Oh my gosh, that's been a fire. Oh, that's a really sad sight. Really sad sight that. Gosh. Wow. Oh no, it's a passerby. What? It's a passerby. So we've got a boat adrift here, and I think a passerby is just trying to get it alongside. Yeah, just gone to get a rope to pull it back in. I think they're obviously, there's a pin loose, because the boat that we were in the lock with must have just unloosened it from its mooring, and the fisherman is going to also help. Oh dear. Yep. Fishermen to the rescue. Might need to get the mallet out to hammer something in.
Yeah. Well, no, it's... I don't know why it's not onto the arm coat.
No, don't know. Oh, well rescued.
Around the arm.
Yeah. There is a stern rope, I think. I can see one. I'll ask him if he wants a hand. Gosh. It's all happening. Yeah, he's tying it off. Thank you.
I don't know why it's pinned.
No. Yeah, it's pinned at the back, hence why it's come out. It's obviously not got any chains or nappy pins. Thank you.
That's all right.
You're a good Samaritan, aren't you?
Sometimes, not always.
Perfect, thank
My
you.
estimation is probably a bit under. It might be about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Ah, it's
shopping
all right.
from here.
No worries. Thanks very much.
Thanks, bye. So, that boat has been rescued by another kind boater who Michael was chatting to in the lock. So, all safe and sound now, but it was pinned, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pinned and there was Armco. I didn't really understand why
Yeah,
why it wouldn't be attached to the Armco.
Yeah, very odd. Anyway, it's safe now. And we went past nice and slowly.
It's always really sad when you see a boat like that
Yeah,
that's
really.
Obviously been on fire.
Stay at that. Oh my gosh, that's been a fire. Oh, that's a really sad sight. Really sad sight, that.
Being on fire where it is, you would imagine, there are lots of other boats moored around it.
Yeah.
You can imagine when that went up. These boats have got lots and lots of fuel. We don't know how much fuel was in it, but they do hold lots of fuel.
And gas.
And gas bottles
cylinders
can explode. Yeah. It must have been a nightmare for other boats around it. You would just hope that the people on board it, or the people who own the boat, were not on board.
Well, and how do you get something like a fire engine to it? You know, because sometimes access isn't great. I mean, there was a pub there, so they probably could have got a fire engine into the car park and then got a long hose out to the boat. But sometimes they can be in really awkward positions.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare and very, very dangerous. You know, these are steel boats with lots of fuel on and gas and everything else, and around other boats in a position like that, it's a huge problem. But all we can hope is that nobody was injured.
And I noticed that around the boat there was some like floating bollards to stop anything coming from the boat into the canal, or I suppose stop more water going into the boat to sink it completely.
And probably to stop other boats, and probably to stop other boats from getting near it. Really,
I don't like seeing that.
Really sad. No, because you know that all these boats were somebody's hopes and dreams at one day. We've on the channel, you've seen sunken boats and all sorts of array of different things, but look at this. I'm surprised that's not been swept away. It looks like a bit of a boat graveyard. Makes you wonder whether people just bring the boats to die in these places. Look at that. It's even got its curtains. And when we see one that's been on fire like that, it's always a distressing sight.
It's not good.
Our wishes and best wishes go to the owners of it. Hopefully they were not injured. I'm just going to get attacked by a willow tree. Hopefully they weren't injured by the fire, and we didn't get injured by the willow tree.
No.
Anyway, all the best.
Sad. So this is our lovely little mooring in Willington. You know where we're going in 3 weeks, don't you?
Is it the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, maybe? Visit to the Taj Mahal?
No. We're going to Oxfordshire to see Emma and Rob. No, you know what that means, don't you? We've got to get the suitcases out from underneath the bed, and I think one of the wheels was broken on one of them.
Yeah, we keep our suitcases under the bed in the boat. It's a real palaver to try and get them out. We're gonna have to get them out, aren't we? Because if they have had it, then we need to do something about it, don't we? So right. Hey ho, one of my favourite tasks, getting the suitcases out. Off we go.
So, what's the verdict on the suitcases?
As you suspected, they are knackered.
Oh, okay, right. Well, can I suggest we order some new suitcases? To be honest, it's about time we had some nice new suitcases all matching. Do you not think?
Right, do your worst.
Okay.
So Jack did her stuff on the interweb and she found us these.
So they've arrived. We've ordered the 3-piece hard shell rolling luggage set, which is the Grace set from Level 8.
Let's have a look and see what they do then.
Yep.
These are the two 20-inch carry-on suitcases, and we've both got MacBooks, and whenever we travel and go through airport luggage checks, you obviously got to get your computer out, but these suitcases have got a little bit on the front here, an extra section that you can put your MacBook directly into, or your laptop directly into there. It's got a recessed TSA combination lock. Here you can see it's got 4 double 360-degree spinner wheels, and it's got an aluminium telescopic handle which is really sturdy. It doesn't wobble about like they do on many suitcases. It's really, really sturdy, good quality stuff. And it has the spacious interior and has cross straps. And the suitcases come with an individual padlock for you to lock the suitcase in addition to the coded locks. And they've also included some stencils for you to personalise your suitcases. So it's also an expandable suitcase. If it's a bit full, you can expand it at the side. by zipping it all the way around. All the exact size details of these suitcases are on their website. The set includes one 20-inch carry-on, one checked 24-inch and one large checked 28-inch. However, we went for the large checked 28-inch and then two of the carry-on, the 20-inch carry-ons. So these are hard shell suitcases. All the suitcases are lightweight, but they have this durable shell made of PC and ABS materials, which are designed with a 3-layer micro diamond textured surface, which make them very solid, and they're actually anti-scratch, which is also a good thing.
The only thing now is I need a wide beam boat to spin my suitcase around. I've not got enough room.
So what do we think?
Well, I think they're really good quality. They're sturdy, very robust, with great compartments. I think these will last us for a long time.
So the nice people at Level 8 Luggage have left us a discount promo code for all our viewers. If you'd like to buy any of the suitcases, just follow the link in the description of this video below, and that will take you to the discount code, and you can order your suitcases that way. Good luck!
And I'm going to just go for a quick explore and see what I can find. Look at this. This is beautiful. What an amazing boat. Wow. How big is that canopy covered area? That's the biggest I've seen that. That is beautiful. Wow, I bet there's an aft cabin underneath there, actually. That is lovely. Look at it. And it's called the TARDIS. I wonder why. What I also didn't say was I might have a look for a cheeky Magnum. Feeling ice cream coming on. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps us.
Side by side, our fears are done. All the good times just begun.